Well, Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency has released a statement attributed to the country's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. It reads, "This regime must await severe punishment. By God's will, the powerful arm of the Islamic Republic's armed forces will not let it go unpunished. In the enemy's attacks, a number of commanders and scientists were martyred. Their successors and colleagues will immediately continue their duties, God willing. With this crime, the Zionist regime has brought a bitter and painful fate upon itself, and it will certainly face it." Well, let's bring in our international affairs editor, Dominic Waghorn, now. He joins us from the newsroom now. Hi there, Dominic. What do you make of these strikes? We've seen strikes by Israel on Iran in recent times, but this feels like a whole different scale, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is the big one. This is the moment that I think that people across the Middle East have been waiting for and expecting at some point for years, and something that the Israeli leader, Benjamin Netanyahu, has threatened and kind of made it a lifetime ambition to make happen for so long. And it does seem to be the real thing. You know, as you say, we've had Israeli attacks on Iran before. And of course, we had the first direct sort of hostilities between these two sworn enemies last year. But this is the moment, it seems, where Israel has decided that it is now time to try and take out the Iranian nuclear program. Netanyahu's kind of made it an ambition of his to destroy this, what he regards, or says he's regarded at least, as an existential threat against Israel for years. Now, he clearly believes that Iran has been seeking to develop the technology to fulfill its threat to erase Israel off the face of the earth. And he's always said that this is effectively his sacred duty as a leader of the Jewish state to stop that happening and to remove from or take away from the Iranians any ability to do so. Now, what he said in this statement overnight is that he believes the Iranians have gone a step farther than what they've ever done before. They've tried to enrich uranium. They agreed to not do so and to hand over their enriched uranium under the JCPOA, as it's called, the Iranian nuclear deal. But then Donald Trump ripped up America's signature on that deal, and Iran went back to enriching uranium and has most recently developed enough fissile material. You have to basically spin uranium in centrifuges to develop the fissile material, make it enriched enough to be able to turn that into a bomb. And it had produced enough of that, the Israelis and American and other Western intelligence agencies believe, to produce 9 nuclear bombs relatively recently. But to actually turn that into an effective nuclear bomb you could then deploy would have taken between 18 months to 2 years longer. Now, what the Israeli Prime Minister is saying is that he believes, and his Israeli intelligence agencies believe, that the Iranians have gone to that next step of trying to weaponise its fissile material stockpile. And the reason it was doing so is certainly the implication of what the Israeli Prime Minister is saying, is that its other insurance policy, which was Hezbollah and Hamas, these proxy allies on the sort of doorstep of Israel, have been destroyed by Israel, and therefore the Iranians are looking for a plan B, and therefore we're going hell for leather to build the bomb. Now, it's the first time he said that, and no other Israeli official overnight has repeated that claim. So I think his allies will ask for evidence that that is the case. But if he believed that was the case, then he's now justifying these attacks in that light. I think the big question now, of course, is what does Iran do in response? We've heard, as you say, the Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, responding there, but also from Iran military, the Twitter accounts that the Iranian military has, saying simply this will not be, talking about its retaliation, a mere demonstration of will or technological capability. This time, our response will be lethal. So basically saying that those attacks, those ballistic missiles we saw last October, were a demonstration of will. What the world's going to see now is going to be very different, and it may not be aimed just at Israel. The Iranians have always said that if their nuclear program is attacked, they won't just strike back at Israel. They'll assume that America was involved as well, although the Iranians have said the Americans have said it's a unilateral strike. But the Iranians, I think the assumption we can make is the Iranians will, if they have the ability still to do so, strike Israel, but also US bases, possibly in the Persian Gulf, US allies in the Gulf, and oil installations as well. And that will, I think, create a step change in this conflict. And it threatens, I think, to escalate things into a much more grave situation, not just for the region, but potentially for the world as well, of course, because the Persian Gulf is so crucial to the world's oil industry and to trading generally.